Hey, Shalom, Makim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that's all teaching this truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes in who the Lord will deliver in his last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazaman from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another quick lesson. And I pray this lesson will be edifying to the elect. And I want to do a lesson on the article that you see here on the screen. This is from, excuse me, this is from naturalnews.com. And the title of the article reads, all right, Germany threatens the U.S. with consequences if Trump doesn't suck up to Ukrainian dictator Zelensky and align U.S. with liberal democracies. All right, now we know that with, Donald Trump being in office as the 47th president of the United States, which we believe in the spirit that he's going to be the one who the Lord has set up to usher in World War III, institute the Charagma, all right, the MOTB, all right, through this man's policies, as the scripture says, through his policies, he will cause craft to prosper, all right, and, since he's been in, he's been pretty much on a tear, slapping tariffs on allies, setting up Elon Musk to be the head of the Department of Governmental Efficiency, which is Doge, and with them setting up their policies, they've been finding all kinds of money that's been spent on all kinds of various different projects that are rooted in anti-Messiah ideologies, which they all are part of the same game. At the end of the day, the scripture says that he had two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. So, they're all in cahoots, whether you're on the right or the left. But these particular actions that are being done by Donald Trump, is all formulating, to the 10, pretty much the 10 horns hating the whore and burning her with fire. All right, the scripture says, when you get in Proverbs 21:1, all right, it says the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. See that? So the king's heart, all right, meaning his mind, is in the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So particular actions that are happening on the planet Earth by particular leaders and rulers, and nothing's being done, according to the will of man. All right, everything's being done according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. There's no such thing as free will. Okay. So when you read this, it says Germany has issued a stern warning to the United States, asserting that Europe will impose consequences if Washington fails to align with liberal democracies. Because, now pretty much Donald Trump has been in talks with President Vladimir Putin in Russia, trying to stop the war in Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine, trying to have peace talks. And the scripture says that there's no peace to the wicked. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. So, these quote unquote peace talks that are being aligned is all being set up to further more what's the word I'm looking for? Strife, for lack of better words. Okay, because Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, he's pretty much like, look, all the loans that was being given, in the Biden administration, all the loans and the money that was been given to Ukraine, we're not paying that back. It was a grant, but it wasn't a loan. And Donald Trump is pretty much like, man, all that money that got loaned out to you, man, you got to pay that back. So that's causing friction. You have France and the UK that's going to send 30,000 what's the word? What's the name of them? They're going to send 30,000 pretty much helpers. Not like that's a lack of better words I'm using. Like freedom, like help soldiers or whatever they call it. Like I said, I can't think of the exact name off the top of my head right now. But they're going to send pretty much troops out to Ukraine. To peace, like peace troopers or whatever the case may be. And Russia is pretty much, like they're not really feeling that. So it's a lot going on, you know, and this is how you know where we at in prophecy, man. There's no way that we could have from now until maybe another 1,000 years until Yahweh Shah returns. You know, it's too much stuff going on in prophecy, all right, for a statement like that to be made. But anyways, you know, I had to make that point because that's just, you know, where we at in prophecy, that it just doesn't make sense to even make that statement. Okay, so it says Germany has issued a stern warning to the United States, asserting that Europe will impose consequences if Washington fails to align with liberal democracies. Let's just click the link here and just see. All right, this is going to take me to RT News. It says Putin weighs in on Europe's participation in Ukraine peace talks. And they, like I said, they're the ones that are actually looking to send like peace troopers over to Ukraine. And like I said, Putin he ain't really with that, because he knows that the Ukraine, UK and France, you know, they're NATO allies. You know, which pretty much could cause a foothold of America to get up in there. You see? It says Europe should make it clear to President Trump that failure to back liberal democracies will come at a price. Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has insisted. Excuse me. Okay, so we don't know what those consequences are, you know, but at the same time, this is more friction, and this is also too lining up with Daniel. Okay, the 2nd chapter. Okay, this is Daniel. I'm jumping down straight to the point for the sake of time. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 41. It says, "And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron," which the feet and the toes here is a revival of the Roman Empire, all right, by America, you know, via NATO and the EU. Okay. It says, but there shall be in it of the strength, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, which is talking about what? The strength of the iron goes into its military might, going back to the Roman Empire. It says, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. Okay. And iron and clay, you know, don't mix. So it's going to be partly strong and partly broken. Okay. It says, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. All right, there's going to be divisions that are going to be taking place amongst this system. That's going to ultimately accumulate to World War III. Okay, and you're going to have allies of America that's going to shoot missiles on this place. Okay, you're going to have NATO nations and EU nations that are going to ultimately turn on America and shoot their missiles at this place. It says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. You see, they're not going to agree. They're going to agree for a time, but eventually they're going to disagree, and they're going to disagree more and more, and it's going to lead to war. Okay, like Yahweh Shah said what in Matthew the 12th chapter? He said that a kingdom that's divided against itself cannot stand. All right. Let's go back to the natural news. I like how they have it in bullet points, whereas you can just summarize everything. You know, you can read the whole article. Of course, it's good to read the whole thing, but you know, you can really kind of just sum it all up the way that he writes it. It says, this diplomatic rebuke comes amid growing discord between the U.S. and Europe over Ukraine. You see, growing discord, disagreements. You see, trade policies, and deferring visions for global leadership. Because right now, who's at the head of global leadership right now? Technically, America. You see, but through various numerous superpowers that are rising, you know, Russia, China, you know, and the rest of these different nations having nuclear capabilities, they're not really looking at America as the head no more, man. Remember, the scripture says that America, or the little horn, he would have a look that would be more stout than his fellows. Going into how America, you know, through America's policies and through America's diplomacy, or democracy, I'd rather say, that would rule the world. You know, the scripture says that Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. So America is used by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai all right, as a pretty much as a vessel or an instrument to spread forth wine. Okay, and this is America is Babylon the Great, man. Whether people want to agree or not, or whether people like it or not, America is Babylon the Great. Okay. It says speaking at a campaign rally, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock demanded that the U.S. stand with Europe's liberal values. Now liberal, when you see the word liberal, all right, think of the left. All right, you got liberals and you got conservatives. You know, conservatives are typically referred to as the Republicans, and liberals are referred to as the Democrats. You know, liberal pretty much means like free. You see, but when you're a conservative, you know like the word is, you know, you conserve. You know, you kind of scale back on some things. You know, it says the liberal values. It says threatening unspecified repercussions for non-compliance. And what could those unspecified repercussions be? You know, could it be tariffs being put on America, which that would really hurt their economy. You know, because cutting trade off with America really is going. You know, America is the heartbeat of the world. You see, if America's trade stops, or if America's trade gets disrupted, everything gets disrupted. Like it tells you in Revelation the 18th chapter. All right. Damn, I ain't gonna make it. Revelation the 18th chapter. It says here. It says the warning exposes a widening rift between two supposed allies. You see that? So once again, America and Germany are allies, but there's a rift going on, which this is tying into prophecy. Okay, this is tying directly in to prophecy, man. Whoops, not Malachi. There we go. Revelation 17. I quoted it earlier, but I'll get it. You know, these are scriptures that we all know, but, you know, we in a time, you know, the scriptures say what? The testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Okay? Revelation 17 and 16, it says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore." That whore is talking about America. Okay? That whore that rideth upon the beast is America. "And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." You see that? And that's going into what? Thermonuclear destruction. "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will." You see? So it was going to be for a time being where where the 10 horns, these EU nations would agree. You know, they would pretty much follow after America's counsel and follow after their way. You know, but once that was done, okay, the Lord was going to put the spirit of division upon them. Okay? And this is what you see going on right now. You see this happening, you know, heavily with Donald Trump in office now. You know, and all these particular policies that are being set in line, or set in place, I'd rather say. All right, just give me 1 second. I'm just parking my car. So it says, "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled." You see, in the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we're at the time where they're being fulfilled, man. All right, inquisition has been made into the ungodly. The books have been opened in the firmament. Okay, so there's no way that we could possibly have 1,000 years. That we could possibly, you know, have 500 more years and 200 more years, 100 more years, hell, 50 more years, 25 more years. Now, of course, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's will is going to be done. You know, but I don't see it. I don't see this place lasting 25 more years, 20 years, 15 more years, whatever. You know, I believe we are in this generation where we're going to see the return of Yahushua Mashiach, man. This is that generation. Okay. It says, "And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which is America, which reigneth over the kings of the earth." Okay. The whore that rides upon the beast. All right. Now going back over here, it says, "The warning exposes a widening rift between two supposed allies as Europe seeks to assert its influence amid shifting geopolitical dynamics." Okay, because you got trade deals that are between, you know, Europe, France. When I say Europe, I'm talking about the particular countries within Europe. Europe's continent, but you have Germany has trade deals with Russia. You see, and particular events, I rather say, that happen with America that could mess up their money. Okay, so you got main points: transatlantic discord. A significant divide has emerged between the U.S. and EU since President Trump's inauguration, marked by increased tariffs, defense spending demands, and divergent approaches to Ukraine. So you got one side saying that we should back Ukraine, we should back what's going on, but you got another side, America, like, nah, hell nah. We're not sending no more aid to Ukraine. We're not sending no more weapons. Nah, they're gonna have to figure it out, and they're gonna have to pay us back, causing a division, right? European backlash. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance's criticism of Europe's democratic health sparked widespread outrage, with leaders like Germany's Olaf Scholz quickly rebuking his remarks. Okay, because J.D. Vance has been pretty much talking cash money against the European Union as well too. The European Union pretty much wants to police, for lack of better words, AI. And J.D. Vance in America is like, nah, we need to let AI be free. But once again, it's all deception. Okay, it's not as if you have, the two opposing sides and they just like, man, of course the Lord is putting in their minds to go against one another, but it's all still part of the same goal ultimately. Okay. Ukraine crisis intensifies. Trump's dismissal of Ukrainian President Zelensky as illegitimate and his meeting with Vladimir Putin have deepened tensions, drawing sharp criticism from European leaders who want to isolate Russia from the rest of Europe. You see? So there's a great division taking place. You see? It's a great divide, which is ultimately, they want to isolate Russia, but America is pretty much like, no, we need to stop, the war to create peace, which is, in reality is smart, but that's not what the Lord wants. Yahweh Shem Al Shai wants division, which is ultimately going to isolate America. You see? So we'll definitely keep our eyes on this. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect, but man, we in a time of prophecy, man. We in a time of great prophecies getting ready to pop off. And man, we're a lot closer than what we believe, as it says in Romans, the 13th chapter, man. All right, so with that, I pray this was edifying to the elect. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Machakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth, and that's what teaching is truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time.